You know, it reminds me a lot of some of the great one-day players of the past. Someone like Javed.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at Javed's innings, it would be match-winning innings.
Yeah.
Few boundaries, but the running between the wickets. You know, ones, twos, the energy, busy, takes the pressure off the non-striker. You know, doesn't allow the scoreboard to be stagnant. You know, it's moving all the time.
Right.
And that's Kohli for you.
Talking about second to none, Kohli, man, he's not getting any younger, but he keeps getting those runs.
No, he's not getting younger.
Yeah.
But when you see him moving in the field, he sure is young. And he's making the young looking old.
Even yesterday, Shaz, he fielded for 50 overs.
Yeah.
Then he came out to bat, got 80 plus on such a difficult wicket.
And
I think half of the runs, or even more than half, were singles and doubles.
Yeah.
He's at his best. You know, it reminds me a lot of some of the great one-day players of the past. Someone like Javed.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at Javed's innings, it would be match-winning innings.
Yeah.
Few boundaries, but the running between the wickets. You know, ones, twos, the energy, busy, takes the pressure off the non-striker. You know, doesn't allow the scoreboard to be stagnant. You know, it's moving all the time.
Right.
And that's Kohli for you. You know, when he's at his best, it's few boundaries, very few sixes.
Yeah.
Fantastic running between the wickets. Then you know he's in control. He's got a game plan in place. And there's an all-round game that you'll see.
And Shazzy, how important is this to learn from this great man, Virat Kohli, as far as fitness concerned? Batting, I can understand, but how old is he now? 35?
Yeah.
35-ish? But his fitness is prime.
You know, they say fitness, they say hard work. You know, as a coach, when I was in the dressing room, the one thing I noticed with him was his want to sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know, you need to sacrifice a lot to get that level of fitness, whether it's in your diet, whether it's in your, you know, your lifestyle, whether it's the hours you sleep, what time you eat, you know, the quantity you eat, apart from the training that you go through. So, you know, there's a sense of discipline that's ingrained in his mindset, and it doesn't come easy. You know, when you look around and look at other people around you, all the perks that exist, you know, you want to be part of it.
Yeah.
But then to say no.
Yeah.
Say, this is my career, it's going to stay for another 2-3 years, and I'm going to give it 200%.
और running कितनी करता है शायद ये? Running किस तरह की करता है? Because आजकल
I think it's more burst.
Burst, yeah.
Yeah, it'll do the odd endurance stuff, but it's more sprinting and burst, because that's what's needed in the game. Like you mentioned, running between the wickets, it's a 10-second or a 30-second break, again two.
Yeah.
Same thing when you're fielding in the outfield, and he's from one corner to the other.
Other corner.
You know, like Jyoti Rhodes used to do. One is from deep mid-wicket to deep point or at point.
Yeah.
So he covers a lot of, you know, they have all those things at the back to check how much workload you have done.
Yeah.
I'm sure he must be topping the list at the end of the day.
Yeah, just
Remember, you were there when he's the one who started that yo-yo test. He says, I'll lead by example, and even I will go out there and give
it was an effort for us to convince the team.
Achha.
Yeah, because not many were sure whether they'll pass the test.
Okay.
You know, and they might have been great players. So you can, in a team, have some exceptions. You know, where there are genuine match winners who are naturally talented. You know, that is the job of the coach or the captain.
To pick
those guys.
Yeah.
Irrespective. But the general message to the team is, get fit or on your bike.
और ये सबके लिए था.
सबके लिए.
Except for the match.
Bar none.
Okay.
Wow. Bar none. Everyone.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the meetings where MS Dhoni himself said, let's all do it now. And he was not the captain. Virat was the captain. It was in Sri Lanka. If I'm not mistaken, it was in Dambula. And MS said, let's all go with this now. And it wasn't a big yo-yo. It was like a 15.2 or something.
Yeah.
Whereas teams from New Zealand were at 19.
Oh.
Australia was at 18.
Wow.
We were just putting 15.2. Even that to put across wasn't easy.
अच्छा.
But then now,
तो किया कैसे फिर ये सबको convince आपने? Convince कैसे किया सब?
Convince ये the team will benefit. It's not about you.
Okay.
You can park yourself where you want at your home if you don't want to be part of the team. But if you want to be part of the team and you want to be one of the best fielding sides in the world, jolly well do it. Okay. Otherwise, we'll find somebody else.
So it was 15.2 then. What is it now for Team India? Right
I think a little more.
A little more.
16,
would have gone
16.
It might have been 16.2. Sorry.
Okay,
16.2. It might have been 16.2. While as it might have gone to 17.
And where is New Zealand right now?
They're 20.
20 now.
20?
They might be having the average at 19.2, but I think every player there is 20.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're the ones who
That Glenn Phillips must be 23.
He's a different beast. But my question is now, sorry, I'm asking this question because कोई भी youngster अगर सुन रहा है, उसके लिए कितना important है ये चीजें करना, चाहे वो पाकिस्तान से खेलना चाहता है, चाहे वो अपने इंडिया से खेलना चाहता है. और यो-यो टेस्ट is कितने अरसे बाद होते हैं? After how long?
They do it every 6 months.
Every 6 months.
Yeah, you know, and you get to know if a guy is in the zone or not in the zone.
Okay.
No, I'll tell you where it helps
Yeah.
more than anything else. It helps you raise the bar. You know, you might be a supremely talented player, but where it helps you is when the heat is on, when there's extreme pressure, especially for guys from the subcontinent.
Yeah.
Jiska fitness levels everyone knows.
Yeah.
You know, is when the going gets tough now, you're extremely calm.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get that green man in your mind, maro abhi.
Yeah.
You know, you say, I'll take a single. You're calm, you're assured, you're fit, and then it helps the team all round. Sudden flashes of brilliance, brilliant run out.
Yeah.
What changes the course of the game. And it helps. See, it's at the end of the day, it's a team game.
Yeah.
In our countries, we were too worried about individual brilliance. Individual brilliance udhar tak hi leke ja sakte hai yaar.
Yeah.
Agar championship jeetna hai, then you need team effort. You need more players to compete. Individual brilliance will win you an odd game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But collective effort will win you championships.
It is semi-final number 2, New Zealand versus South Africa. Wasim, what do you think?
Big game, knockout game. अगर आप record देखा जाए, New Zealand, South Africa का, they have qualified 10 times in the semi-finals. They only won once, lost 8 times, and of course one tie, 99 का जो famous tie हुआ था in Edgbaston. और so pressure तो होगा, but अगर on paper देखी जाए, तो मुझे साउथ अफ्रीका की टीम थोड़ी बेहतर लग रही है. ओके, न्यूजीलैंड टीम इज आल्सो एज गुड. दे बीन इन पाकिस्तान बिफोर दिस चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी, सो उनको कुछ पिचेस का आइडिया है. सो है साउथ अफ्रीका. सो आई थिंक इवन स्टीवंस है, वही साइकोलॉजिकली स्ट्रॉन्ग जो टीम है. वहाँ जहाँ जाके शायद प्रॉब्लम ये आ सकता है कि जो साउथ अफ्रीका के जो बैक ऑफ द माइंड है ना, नॉकआउट गेम्स में अंडर प्रेशर आ जाते हैं.
Absolutely. And that is their biggest problem. Because if you look at South Africa's entry into world cricket, 1992.
Yeah.
When you look at the quality of players, agar dekha jaye, from 1992 to 32 years down the line, you know, more than 32 years down the line,
Right.
you would say they would have won 2-3 World Cups by now.
True.
Across different formats of the game. But they haven't won one. So there comes the point Waz was making. It's the big game, the crunch game, the pressure game. Can they get better in handling that pressure? You saw that even in that T20 final against India. Right. I mean, the game was there. It's 30 balls, 30 runs, 6 wickets in hand. You lose it from there. You know, and it's a stigma that stays on your mind.
Yeah.
So when you're back in that position, you suddenly get doubts in your mind because you're not used to winning.